welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Jayme.
And this is Beth.
And we are two oldish, youngish ladies doing some confessions.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, kind of. I realized...
I have mixed feelings.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings. So this go around, we're going to be confessing some lies that we've told. Upon pondering a little bit more about my life, I realized I don't lie a ton. Which is a good thing. I for the most part, but I struggled a little bit, even though I really wanted to do this because I don't typically tell lies.
I know. Same. Well, you suggested this and
I know
I texted you back right away and I was like, I'm not ready to tell the internet my lies that I've told. And then you're like, just keep it light. It doesn't have to be ones that would send you to jail. And I'm like, okay, but anyways,
I don't even have ones that would send me. Do you have ones you could send you to jail?
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess everybody's sped before or that kind of thing. And that could potentially send you to jail, but I don't think I'd lie about that. And even, okay. So I have some ones that are a little comical. I honestly can't remember if I've ever shared them before or not. Probably at some point. I have some ones from when I was very young.
Same. Okay.
Okay. So one of the first times I ever lied, and I think this is why I do not lie now for the most part. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say, I do tell kind lies is what I like to call them. If somebody looks a mess and how do I look today? I'm not going to say you look like a ragged dog. That's mean. I'll say you look good, or
okay, those kind of, yeah.
Or somebody's sick and oh, I'm so sick. Do I really look okay? I'm out. You look beautiful. Because you are beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be that person. Or, oh, I will tell you if you have stuff in your teeth at this point, if you say, hey, do I smell? I'll be yeah, you do.
Okay. I should ask you that sometimes.
And I'm a person now. I just try to be honest. Okay. But when I was in elementary school, it was third grade. It was Mrs. Boyum's class. And we were sitting in our little pods. We had 4 desks that were pushed together and we're having lunch. And this day, my dad had made me a lunch and I just remember it very vividly. And we're sitting around talking about the weekend. So it must have been a Monday. And the teacher at this time, she would walk around and be helping kids put juice packet straws in and, just doing teacher stuff during that time. And I remember I was talking to my friends and I was telling about how over the weekend, it was a big to-do that I can't remember now if it was me or my brother had drinking a bunch of mouthwash and we had to be rushed to the hospital.
Is this true? Was this the lie? Wait, keep going.
Yeah. So I'm telling this whole story about how, no, I must have been I think I was saying when I was younger, I drank a bunch of mouthwash and I ended up that my parents had to take me to the hospital and this whole elaborate story. And what I didn't know is the teacher was standing right behind me and she started asking probative questions that I did not have answers to because I was lying to make my life seem more exciting. And then I got when you lie to an adult, I started getting nervous. So butterflies in my tummy and I started stumbling over my words. And I just remember her looking at me with a look of I think you're lying. And then I just slowly drifted off so that the story would end. But it was one of the first times I ever got caught in a big lie. And I didn't like the feeling.
This is so cute and so funny.
So that was my parlay into lying. And then I decided I don't think I want to be a liar because I don't like it.
It don't feel good.
It doesn't feel good to lie and be caught in a lie.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that was one of my lies.
Okay. This is one lie that came to mind that I totally got away with.
Ooh.
And I am hesitant to share because I'm still really embarrassed about this. And I don't want my mom to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she listens to my podcast. So whatever, I guess I'll find out one day. I'm still going to share. So I think I was about 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to kiss a lot.
Okay. A little smoochy.
And oh my gosh, I think my parents thought I was very innocently hanging out with my boyfriend, which I was, but also we did kiss a lot. And so there was this one weekend and we had me and my boyfriend, but most of the time we just hung out in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was all our friends, girls and guys, and we all hung out and me and my boyfriend were the only boyfriend and girlfriend in that group, but it was always the group. Okay.
Yeah.
And we had gone to this place and we were spending the day there. And I was also really dumb. Okay. And I guess I don't know why we were kissing, but okay, let me go back. I know why we were kissing. We wanted to be kissing, but I don't know why we were kissing. Okay, so we were with the group, but we didn't want to kiss in front of the group, but we still wanted to kiss. So we were like hiding like under like either like a blanket or something so that people couldn't see us kissing, but that's what we were doing.
Yeah,
okay, whatever. However, this is so embarrassing. Okay, so we're kissing and he's like sucking on my bottom lip.
Oh no.
And then like I felt something that did not feel quite right.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? And he like popped a blood vessel in my lower lip.
Oh my gosh.
That like ballooned up and was like purple, like a purple big like swollen like ball.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
I know. And I was like, first of all, I was completely mortified in the moment with our friends because we're like under the blanket, smoochy, smoochy, whatever. And then we like come out and I'm like, and it's there. Yeah. And it's obvious. And I can feel it and everyone can see it. And I'm like, my first thought was like, I can't hide this. Like, what am I? Yeah. I cannot hide this. It's on my face. So what am I going to tell my parents? What am I going to tell them happened?
Did you say you like got punched or fell down?
I was so stressed. I'm like, what could have possibly happened to my, like, no, I'm with my friends. Like, what could have possibly caused this on my lip? And I was really stressed out of trying to figure out because I could not.
Were you like workshopping with your girlfriends? Like asking like, guys, what should I say? I don't even remember
that part. Yes. Yes, I think I was.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling so stressed because I was like, I just could not tell them that this happened from my boyfriend sucking on my lip. I just couldn't do it. And so I created a story and I lied about it. And I came home and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know how this happened, but like I was sucking on my lip and then like I must have sucked too hard. And then like this happened to my lip. It's so crazy. And that was it. That's what I said.
Jayme.
And they believed me. And I felt spared, but I also felt super guilty. Yeah. And I felt so embarrassed. And then it took days for this to go down.
Yeah.
Beth.
I'm sorry. The lie that you came up with was amazing because it was such an innocent lie.
Well, what else could I have said?
I don't know. A bug bit me. Oh my gosh. We were playing around and somebody hit me in the face with the Frisbee. I don't know.
I just felt like none of those things would have made it look like that.
I know. I just can't imagine someone sucking on their lips so hard that they break a blood vessel. That's amazing.
Someone else sucked on mine and that's what happened.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only time that's ever happened to me in my life. Yeah. But like, it was so embarrassing. It was like the side of my lip too. And it was just like, if I could draw a picture of it, it looked like, and it was purple. Like it was purple.
It's a lip hickey.
So bad.
Yeah.
And swollen. Like, oh my word. I just have to take a deep breath because I've confessed to the...
I love it too. You've been married for like over 20 years. 3 kids.
I know.
This happened literally 20.
I don't want anyone to know. Well,
it happened 30 years ago, Jayme. That's crazy. Okay.
More than 30 years ago. And I'm still really embarrassed about it.
You're good.
And I don't know if my friends knew that we're there. I'm still friends with them, by the way. Also still know the guy. But that's your confession. That's my confession.
Okay. I just want to say that this, like your reaction and your body language right now is very disproportionate to the lie and to what happened. But I can feel your 15-year-old self feeling it all.
Yes. I was just like, my parents can't know that I'm kissing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so they know, they know you've done other stuff now too. Okay. I have one from high school. I was a freshman in high school and I was in this English class. I'm going to use real names because I don't care. So I had a friend named Michelle and this other girl who's a friend named Charlene. And we were in this class and like, I don't know what got into us, but I think Michelle was gone one day and Charlene and I were like, we should play a prank on her. And I'm like, what should we do? I'm like, I don't know. And so I come up with this idea that we're going to tell Michelle that over the weekend, Charlene was like camping in her backyard. She just wanted to lay out. And a guy came into her backyard and there was a tussle and he was trying to like take advantage, or he attacked her, and she ended up murdering him. And so then we were going to have to go after school and get rid of the body. And when I tell you, it was an elaborate story. And so like for the next period of time, like the next day at school when she came back, I don't know if what we were doing in class, but basically for the entire period, Charlene is like committed to telling this story. And she goes like, she's almost crying. Like it is like this full-fledged story about how this like semi-attack happened. And she's like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, we're going to, it's fine. We're going to take care of the body. It's not a big deal. You're not going to get in trouble because they're never going to find this guy. Like we went so hardcore in. And I just remember looking at Michelle and her face was like trying to be a girl's girl in the sense of like, yeah, I can help bury a body. But you could also tell she was like going to call the cops on us. Like she was so freaked out. And all I remember is like, we just committed so hard to the bit that by the end of class, like she looked like terrified that she was going to have to go out to Finley and dig a hole and bury a body. Like we had a whole plan on how to get rid of this guy. And then Charlene and I just look at it and we just start laughing and tell her it's fake. And like,
Poor Michelle.
Yeah, we were going to try and keep it going. I remember the plan was to keep it going for a minute to like really like get her. But then it was just like, we had to say something because we just knew she was going to go immediately and call the sheriff. Yeah. Yes. She was like, they killed somebody. Anyway, so that's one of the other lies I remember saying. Oh. But to me, like that was a lie, but that was a bit to me. Like that was like it was a prank, not a harmless prank because it did, traumatize someone. And we did make light of like more serious situations, but we were also 15.
Also, she might not like believe you when you tell her stories.
That something really happens. But it was, to me, it was like, I loved the like drama of it all and the acting of it, of like, the creating this narrative and a story and like, what can we get somebody to believe and all that stuff. Sure. So that was fun.
I have a story similar to that because, so at this point, I think I was 16 and we had moved back to Canada from Belize, and I had my friends and, but I was still all about like creating our own entertainment, which is, what I had to do. We had to do in Belize. And so for whatever reason, I think maybe I was a little bit older. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I was a teenager and we were hanging out, like out and about. And I got this idea in my head that I was going to go, we were by a Subway, and I decided that I was going to go into the Subway and I was going to say that I was looking for my twin sister. And like, have you seen her? Like, I really need to talk to her. And so this is what I did. So I go in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for my twin sister. She looks just like me, but she's wearing a blue sweater. And I really need to talk to her. And we're supposed to meet here and she's not here. Like, have you seen her or anything like that? And they're just like, no, we haven't. I was like, oh crap. Okay, I'm going to keep looking for her, right? So I go out. My friends are outside.
Okay.
I go out. I put on a blue sweater. I go back in and they're all like watching in this. They're either outside or they're or they're inside, like just incognito, like pretending they don't know me or whatever. I forget that part. All I remember was I was the one pretending to be twins. So then I go in with the blue sweater and I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to be my sister here. Like she's my twin. Have you seen her? And they're like, oh my gosh, she was just here. Like you just missed her. Like, how did you not see her? I was like, really? What the heck? Like, I can't find her, but we're supposed to meet here. And they're like, no, she was looking for you. They said you had a blue sweater. I swear she was just here. Like, what the heck? And so I proceed to like go out, take off the blue sweater, go back in. And I'm now in twin number 1. And I'm just like, have you seen her yet? And they're like, oh my gosh, like she was just here. And she's wearing a blue sweater. Like, what do you mean? And so I did this, I don't know, like several times.
Oh my gosh.
While my friends were just like cracking up outside and I was having the time of my life. I was just having so much fun.
So crazy.
Just ridiculous. And then we just like go out and like leave and just think it's hilarious because they totally believed me that I was twins and it was just like this fun thing to do, I guess. But that's what I did. And I never went and told them that I wasn't a twin. I mean, we just went on with our night, but like, that's what I did.
I'm just saying this is a very wholesome pre-YouTube prankster where you just did stuff that was silly and fun that really didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And it was just for shits and giggles,
it
basically.
Really was.
Yeah.
And we laughed a lot. I mean, I did tell my parents about that one.
Yeah. That was a good one, Jayme. Okay. Again, I'm pulling from the deep reaches of my brain. But as you were talking about high school, it just made me remember this time I lied to the authorities. Now, I am afraid of authorities. I've never been pulled over. I barely talk to anybody in authority. If somebody in authority tells me something, I believe them. I'm just terrified almost. And I was in a class, it was my biology class, and the teacher reminded me of Steve Irwin, but like less cool.
Okay.
He was like just this kind of eccentric, biology teacher that had been doing it for years. And I remember we were starting this class and he just had to show like a 15-minute video and then he was going to do a lesson. And it was kind of interesting. There was this guy in this class and he was like a hardcore gangster, like in a 90s gang, like legit. But he was like the nicest boy ever. But I think by that time he already had 2 felonies, like crazy, but so sweet. And anyway, we're in class and like the teacher starts to play the video and somebody pulls out like a laser pen and starts shining it on the thing. And he's like, okay, who has the laser pen? Stop it. And they didn't stop. He's like, all right, who has the laser pen? Let me know. And like, we all knew who it was. The teacher was like, if the person that has a laser pen doesn't come forward, I'm going to call security. And they didn't come forward. And so security comes into the biology room. And by this time I'm sweating. Yeah. Like I'm trying to be a cool girl and like whatever, but like, oh my gosh, they start pulling students into a room and questioning them.
Oh my goodness.
And so we get pulled in this room, me and this other girl, and the security guards look at us and like, do you know who has the pen? And we're both like, no. And they could tell I was lying, like 100%. Cause I was like, no. Yeah. It was like so ridiculous. And I felt so like, remember the girl, I haven't thought about this girl in years, 25, 30 years. I think her name was Christina and we were both like, no. And she was so cool about it. And I was like not cool, calm and collected. And so anyway, we go back to our seats and then they bring this other girl in and she's kind of like this really nerdy girl and like kind of eccentric and very sweet, but just like immature and just classic
she was
90s
not a cool
nerdy girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
And they ask her and then they come out and immediately go grab the guy. Horrible detective work because like obviously she was the one that told where they should have interviewed everyone and then said it. But nope, pull her in. She goes out. She's looking down, not making eye contact. And then they go pull him out of the classroom and he got in trouble. And then everybody turned on her, which was awful. And it was super awkward. But it's just like, just lying to the authorities like that. It was very hard for me, but I did have to like protect my street cred. But that was like a terrifying moment.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember in high school, I didn't get into a lot of trouble. Like I was a pretty good kid. There was one time where I was with friends and I forget what the scenario was. I just know there was some drinking and I know that I had done some drinking. And I was asked about it by my parents like the next day. Or I think I had made a list of things. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So I had made a list of things and I forget what the things were for, but on my list, I had written like drinking with friends or something. Oh. Like I had a list of things.
It was like a summer bucket list or something?
I don't know what it was, but it was on for some reason I had written it down. And my mom had found this for like, again, I don't remember the details other than she found my list and then she confronted me and she's like, Jayme, so what's this? And so immediately I started lying.
Of course.
But on the spot. And it was very difficult. But I somehow came up with this lie of like, oh, that was about my friends who were drinking. And I just started like making up this story about how my friends were drinking at so-and-so's house. And it was just this, but I wasn't a part of it. But then I was overcome with a sense of guilt and shame for the lie. Yeah. That mid-story, I stopped and I was like, actually, that's not true. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. I could not follow through with the lie. And I was like, it was me. And I just confessed. And I was just like, I'm sorry I lied. I was drinking with my friends. And I told the truth. Yeah. And I don't even remember really getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I told the truth and because like, I guess I had learned my lesson or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that being in the, like telling the lie in the moment was more than I could bear. I just couldn't. I mean, I was fine with the purple lip lie, but I wasn't fine with this lie for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it's because I didn't have enough time to formulate
a plan.
my you know, my airtight
alibi.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more that I need to share, but I'm dying because I thought, even in myself, I thought I'd have juicier confessions. And both of us are just so, I just know there's people out there probably listening like, oh my gosh, these girls have not lived a life because like I did X, Y, and Z just last Thursday.
Please tell us.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Yeah, send us a DM.
Yes.
Nothing though that I'd have to go to the cops for because now I will narc you out. Absolutely. Okay. So when I was in college, I think that like I was just very straight laced. Like my parents, I always joke my parents partied so hard in the 60s and 70s. They just made me like not a partier. And anyway, so I'm at college and like I wanted to kind of rebel a little bit. And the one thing my mom said was like, don't get a piercing. And I was like, okay, cool. And I had, this is the year 1999 going into 2000. And I wanted a tongue piercing. And so while I was at school, my roommate took me to a local piercer and I got my tongue pierced. The thing is that I didn't realize about a tongue piercing is that your tongue balloons up. Like think about when you bite your tongue, it gets so swollen because you jammed a giant, you know, needle into it. And now it's like really puffy. It was during finals too, which was not the move because I had to give like oral presentations and I'm like drooling at night.
Oh no.
And
how long does that last?
It lasted maybe, I feel like it lasted like a week where it was really swollen and then it got better. Tongue piercings are wild too because they close up really fast. So you can't really take the ring out in and out. And it's crazy because your mouth heals so fast. Anywho, nanny. I used to talk to my mom all the time. So I couldn't answer the phone because she would hear me talking, blah, 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 like with this giant like speech impediment tongue at the time. And so I didn't tell anybody about it. And then when I finally got home and I tried to like not tell her. So I guess it was like it was like a lie of omission. Yeah. And I just was not really like opening my mouth and stuff. And then finally she saw it and she just shook her head. So that was like kind of like not the, like it did not have the rebellious, look at me, I did something rebellious and I didn't tell you about it. And I lied to you and I got a piercing when I wasn't supposed to, even though I was like 18 years old at the time. And so it was kind of like anticlimactic when it came to like being a little bit of a liar. It didn't give me the reward there. It did give me the reward with some of my friends because again, I was so straight laced that when I was talking to people and they saw it, they were just like, oh my gosh.
So why the tongue? Why did you decide on a tongue piercing? Why did you want a tongue piercing?
I don't know, Jayme.
It wasn't for sex stuff?
I mean, no, it wasn't for sex stuff at the time. I don't know. I think I just thought it'd be hot and cool and like different and like it was something I could hide. And it was like for me, I also wanted to get an inner lip tattoo that said F 'em, but spelled it out, which is a choice so that I could literally like, because in my heart of hearts, I am a rebel. I have a desire to be that girl. Yeah. But in the practicality of my life, I can barely tell. I can't do it. And so it was just like my way of rebelling. And I felt pretty cool about it at first. And then it was like, it's kind of a pain. And I ended up like biting on it a bunch of times and probably like led to cracked teeth. I don't know. But I just felt so cool. And I just wanted to be that cool rebel girl.
Yeah. How long did you have this piercing?
I had it for like 3 years. And then I was working at a business where you couldn't have any piercings. And so I was having
a tongue piercing?
Yeah. How would they anything that was visible. So I could get like a flat tongue thing, but also I was like taking it in and out all the time. And it was just getting annoying. And I was just I got over it. And so then I just stopped it. But sometimes I forget about it, but I still have like a little scar. And then sometimes I'll see like an old picture of me like pop up in memories or something from that time. And it's just like, oh yeah, I had a tongue piercing. I was such a rebel. Look at me. So anyway. Okay,
I just have one more confession. And this is like from adulthood. Oh. And I think it's going to be relatable. Okay. Because, so have you ever, how do I want to say it? Your relationship with your hairstylist is kind of a touchy one. Yes. Right? Because this person is like altering your appearance and then and communication's a big factor. Mm-hmm. And then, it's their work, but you're paying for it, but then it's like how you look. And so so I have had the experience in my life on more than one occasion, but one comes to mind. And it was when I had got a pretty intense highlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been going to this hairstylist for a number of years, and I was sitting in her chair, and this was at the very, very, very beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
So it was the day of the announcement of the shutdown.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting in her chair getting my hair done, and we're like getting messages. She's getting messages. I'm getting messages on my phone, like about the shutdown of everything. And so our minds are elsewhere. Our minds are like on our kids. What's going to happen? What about school tomorrow? What are we going to, like, how are we going to, like, it was just very stressful. Meanwhile, my hair is like in foils, right?
Oh, you're processing.
And I'm processing. And so what happened was a little different than what I thought I had communicated. And so like everything, I'm done and I'm looking at it, and she's like, oh, like, I just feel pressure in that moment to go along with it. Like it looks good. Like I think I like it. I think I like it in the moment. Or I'm not sure, but I don't want to say it in the moment. Because what are you going to do? Your time's up.
Yeah, it's done.
You don't have time to like quote unquote change it or fix it, right? Because it takes hours to get it to this point. And then you're like, oh, that's not exactly what I had in mind. What are you going to do?
Well, and it's this lockdown. So it's not like you can like, I'll come down in a week.
So here's the thing. So I get home and I feel like a skunk. I feel like I have a strip that is just too thick. It's too much and it's too white and it's just not what I wanted, and I don't love it. And I don't love it. And so, but I don't know how to tell her because I just don't know what to do at this point. And eventually I did communicate, like, this isn't really what I had in mind and what can we do? And she was very defensive about it. And her thing was like, I did what you told, like, she was defensive. She's like, I did what you told me. This is what you said. And like you said, you liked it, kind of thing. Like, and so then I felt like I was questioning, like, had I lied to her about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of lie adjacent, but it's like, I had to, anyways, it was a whole thing. But I had to say, like, no, I'm not really happy with this. I do want it to be fixed. Like, what are my options? And so then I had to go and like pick up a toner that she couldn't put in my hair, but she had to give me instructions on how to do it because I had to do it to myself at home, which didn't really work. But I think the lie in there is like when you're getting your hair done and you feel the pressure in the moment to like what is done, even if you don't. And then you kind of go along with it. And you're like, it looks good.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Have you had that experience?
So much peer pressure with the hairdresser to be like, yeah, it's great. And inside you want to cry.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that is probably one of the most consistent lies I guess I would tell. And I feel like, again, it falls under that kind of like kindness lies, but it's only kind to her, not me.
Yes.
And maybe not kind because like maybe then it's like, oh, maybe you'd be a better hairstylist if people wouldn't lie to you.
Yes.
I keep saying, no, my hair looks great when you've butchered me.
Right. Well, I will say that was the last time I went to her because she broke up with me. She didn't want me back. She was like, no, I think you'd be happier with somebody else. And I was just like, wow. Okay. Your mistake.
Yeah.
But
also I am happier with someone else.
And I am.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Except it was weird because it was like, I didn't want it to become something personal.
Yeah.
Because I had sent her pictures and she's like, your facial expressions in these pictures is giving me a lot of anxiety.
Oh gosh.
And I'm just like, well, my hair is giving me anxiety, woman. Like, because this is how it looks. Same.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah. Confessions.
I just want to give us a gold star right now after all of that confessing that I think we're okay people. I think for the most part, we are doing okay.
Yeah.
That there's no huge red flags here, in my humble opinion. Maybe others will think there's some red flags, but I feel like overall, out of some of the stuff I've seen out in the world, we're great.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah. If you're enjoying the podcast and would like to support the show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost. Check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.